There is no spoon. How to dump AI. What it feels like to be cyborg 2026 part 2. This is not a tech article. This is just what I'm doing to free myself from Borg control. You don't need AI, just write. I've been working for the Borg for most of my adult career. 5+ years in tech with no degree, made it to senior level, but I'm just your average nerd. Today, I thought back on a particular job function that I've performed at every software company that I've worked for: log analysis. Data is gold to the Borg, but for us everyday folk, it's a chore. We rely heavily on apps to keep track of everything. We believe that the less there is to worry about, the more time there is to enjoy life. But here's what I think happens when we put everything on the Borg. 1, we can't dream anymore. 2, we can't think creatively. 3, we don't know how to remember something once we've forgotten it. Before you know it, all of your human skills have atrophied, and now you're just another ghost in the shell like they warned us would happen. What good is a brain if you can't use it without Wi-Fi? I've been experimenting with using less and less AI for thoughts that might take me a few minutes or even a few hours to flesh out fully. Because I'm worried less about time now and more about my ability to construct my own worlds again. My dreams, memories, and imagination are all that's left when the work is finished. Sometimes I neglect that I have a room of my own creation at my disposal 24/7. I would much rather be told a story than have to make one up for myself. This is what I'm working on correcting now. Now, when I'm in between tasks or errands, I sit and skim through my own notes, theories, and voice memos to try to reclaim my own self-image. I'm basically loading thoughts and memories onto my cache and playing them back on the projector that is my own head. And the more I get good at remembering what I saw last week or what I thought about 10 years ago, the more it feels like the makeshift me I'm maneuvering across different dimensions develops dexterity in the dream world. At any point, I can turn a doorknob and walk into the past or future, all while fully maintaining awareness of the present moment. Though purists might say, I'm not fully present if I'm anywhere else but the present. And I can also agree with some of that too. But my point is this: I'm learning how to construct dreams again, and it's been helping me get through every challenge that life throws at me today. I've been practicing coherent dreaming instead of leaving it up to devices and social media to construct dreams for me. If I do find myself using an external device or art to dream, I pay very close attention to its intent as well as my own. I don't like using Midjourney to draw pictures for me. I'll search through Google Images here and there for stock photos when I need something I can't draw, or else I'm sketching it by hand, and the cruddier, the better. Sometimes I'll just go for a walk, and I'll wait for reality to flash a banner at me that gives me the download that I'm looking for. Don't let your imagination disappear now that you can model everything with AI. I'm making use of what's already available to me, and I'm willing to make things a little bit harder for myself just so that my psychic mind can stay sharp. If you really think that we've lost all our psychic abilities in 2026, or that humans never had any to begin with, then I'd urge you to open your mind to new possibilities. Historically, this is what bards used to be. Not just storytellers, but psychic thinkers, dream keepers, log systems. See where I'm going with this? There used to be people who spent their whole lives collecting data on everything natural. They would also practice interpreting and relaying wisdom to not only those they came across on their journey, but to themselves, most importantly. They were called oracles in some cultures or witches and shamans in others. I'm beginning to sense that gifts, not unlike theirs, rest dormant within me. Daniel interpreted dreams for Nebuchadnezzar, and I interpret whatever for whoever asks. And if you don't believe me, to me the proof is obvious. Nobody taught me how to read data logs. Nobody even taught me how to write or read code. It's just like I figured it out. And I tell newcomers and people who ask me, how did you break into tech, the same thing. I'm not special. I just believe in myself. I don't run from the weird or the unconfirmed. I embrace everything. The unknown is my friend. I'll repeat that. The unknown is my friend. Call me Casper, because I'm walking through walls in my head like a ghost all the time. And that's all the Borg is really doing for us anyway, breaking down the mental barriers that we already know don't exist. There is no spoon, but you've got to believe that too.